All right, folks, we are back here. Before the game, we want to go over starting lineups for both clubs in this matchup again. It is September 12th, 2023. And for your Carnegie Mellon Tartans, their starting lineup consists of number 2, Bella Woodard from Houston, Texas, the opposite hitter. And we got number 5, Elizabeth Schlemmer, number 9, Zoe Gavros, number 10, Kai Herkenrother, number 11, Neha Tamala, and number 15, Laura Raychard. And then doing the libero is number 20, Abby Chen. And for your Point Park Pioneers, the starting lineup, number 3, Mia Arndt, number 6, Ashlyn Gulikowski, the libero, number 7, Kenzie Zahner, number 8, Mariah Perez, number 12, Brooke Wilson, number 13, Eden McElhaney, and number 18, Haley Stormer. Again, both teams come out of the practice and their final huddle before we begin tip-off here. We'll begin shortly here after the break. All right, folks, we are back here to begin this second game of the homestand for the Pioneers. Pioneers will have a tough matchup here against the Tartans. This Tartans team has been playing some tough ball, playing some top 25 teams in the NAIA. So it will be a gritty performance for the Pioneers if they need to come out with one today. Both teams in that final huddle as we begin here. Tartans are coached by head coach Ann Brock in her 5th season and assistant coached by Natalie Cohen in her 5th year as well. Pioneers are coached by 6th-year head coach Bridget Bielick and 5th-year assistant coach Destiny Tucker. Pioneers looking to clean up last game. They made 10 service errors, trying to build off of that and improve that number going into this one. As we await to see who gets the first serve. Again, it is a best of 5 sets to 25. It looks like the Tartans will be doing the serve here. That is number 11, Tamala. As she will get the first serve here and gets it underway, and we are off. It will be received by Arndt. Gulikowski gets the set, dumped over by Wilson. It will be dug out there by Raychard, setting up for the attack. Dug out by Arndt, set up to Gulikowski for the attack. It will be dug out by Gavros, set up there. It will be an overpass here as Arndt gets the dig to Gulikowski for the set off the attack, and that will go down for the first point of the game and the kill.
That's the start you want there. Very, very good energy. It was a very, very long possession there, but, you know, we had the perfect shot there. Ended up going out of bounds.
Mariah Perez. We also get the first substitution of the game as Lily Marchand will check in doing the serve for the Pioneers. As Marchand now gets that one away. It will be received. Set up for the attack. Dug out there by Zahner. Beautifully done there as McElhaney will dump it over. It will be dug out by the libero. Set up for the attack, and that will go down for the kill by Raychard.
Great shot there, but I do want to highlight that play that Zahner just made. That's something that she is very, very good at. She hustles for every single ball, no matter where it is. You love to see it. Good energy out there, and hopefully she can keep that up.
Now the serve is away. It will be received by Marchand. Set up to Gulikowski by McElhaney. Met at the net. Dug out by Marchand. Set up by Gulikowski again. It will be dumped over and go down for the kill.
Perfect. No one home right there. Found the right spot. Got it there. Great. Very, very great play there.
And Perez will be credited so far with the first 2 kills of the game for the Pioneers. As they are up by 1 as she gets the serve away. It will be received by Gavros. Set up for the attack. It will be dug out. However, that dig goes over the net. It will be dug over there off the attack. Wilson will get the dig. Set up to Gulikowski for the attack by McElhaney. That will be dug out. Setting up for that attack. Deflection there, and that will go down. So credit Schlemmer there with the point.
Very unfortunate deflection. Just did not land in the hands of Point Park there. Point to Carnegie Mellon.
Ray Chard now doing the serve. The senior from Guayanburg, Puerto Rico. It will be received by Marchand. Golikowski will get the set to McElhaney for the attack. It will go over from the dig as Zahner gets it to Golikowski. Back to McElhaney. LB dug out by the libero Chen. Set up for the attack, and that one will be just too strong as it goes out of play for the error.
You see Point Park looking to set it up for a McElhaney kill there. She didn't quite get it. Didn't quite get credit on the stats, but you see that she does not want to end off from that incredible game last week.
We get 2 more substitutions now as Con Toys checks into the game, as well as Elise Wallace, who will be doing the serve. Wallace leading the team in average and assists, as that will be received there, set up by Chen, dumped over, and it will be met at the net, and it will go down for a block and a kill. Matt, you mentioned that earlier about the Pioneers trying to improve these blocks. They already get one here in set number 1 early on.
That was an incredible play by Haley Stormer there.
As Wallace gets it away, it will be received by Ray Chard. Set up for the attack. The dig from Wallace goes over the net. Lai will be able to dig it out for the set. Zahner is able to get the dig now. Set up to Wallace for the attack by McElhaney. It will be deflected, but it goes out of bounds, and that will be another Pioneer point.
She always just manages to just find the perfect play every time the ball is in a direction.
Wallace now gets the serve away. It will be received, but poorly by Ray Chard, and that will be a reception error, and credit the Pioneers with a service ace.
A little unfortunate, but she just hit the ball a little bit too high, and there's something in the way there, so.
Wallace now gets it away. Ray Chard's able to receive it, set up to Lai for the attack, and that one will go out of play. Actually, it looks like they're going to call a deflection there off the tip, as one of the line judges had a different call, but the one in the back corner overrules it, so credit the Tartans with a point.
That's a huge point for CMU there, but Point Park is having a fantastic start. 6-3 lead so far.
Chen now gets the serve away, and that one will be too strong, and it goes out of play for another service error for the Tartans. As we get a substitution as that's Wilson checking back into the game for Marchand. Eden McElhaney doing the serve off her impressive performance versus Salem as the reception goes over the net. Zahner's able to get the dig now, set up to Wallace for the attack, and the kill! Haley Stormer.
Is that another Elise Wallace assist there? It's like she's like that teammate that you love to have on your team. She always helps no matter what. Even if she's not getting the ball, she just has the energy. She has the fantastic intelligence of the game as well.
Pioneers up by 5, 8-3 in set number 1 as McElhaney gets a serve. It will be received, set up by Lai off the tag. McElhaney lays out for a nice dig. Wallace is keeping it alive as Zahner gets the overpass. That will be dug out, set up for Lai off the attack, and that will go down for a kill.
Tough play. You know, Point Park managed to save that. McElhaney, then Elise Wallace. Just unfortunate they couldn't get quite back there to save that one.
An incredible play by McElhaney is negated off of a turnaround kill for the Tartans as they get the serve away. McElhaney will receive it, set up to Wallace, to Wilson. She's met at the net. However, Stormer lays out, set up to Wilson. Stormer gets the overpass now. That will be dug out by Ray Chard, set up for the attack. As McElhaney gets the dig, Wallace gets the set. Wilson's trying to get the overpass, and that just will not cross the net as they get one too many hits there. And the Tartans are starting to build some momentum here, trailing by 4 now. Trailing by 3, correction.
Just looks like a miscommunication there by the Pioneers.
Now off the serve, it's Schlemmer, and that will hit the net as the Pioneers get a break here early on.
We saw it last week. Point Park was able to convert on a lot of those errors that Salem made. And if CMU makes the same mistakes, Point Park could win this one.
As Stormer gets the serve away, Chen receives it, set up for Lai off the attack. Wallace is just unable to get a clean grip off the dig, as that was just a thunderous kill there for the Tartans.
It's a good play there by the Tartans. Just very, very, very tough play to make by Wallace. That ball was hammered.
That was Ray Chard with the kill. Now doing the serve. as they get it away. Zahner lays out for the reception. Set up to Wallace to Contois. It will be deflected, so they got to keep it alive. They get it over. Wallace gets the dig now as Zahner sets it up to Contois as it's just unable to go cleanly to Contois. So credit the Tartans with another point here, and it's only a 2-point deficit now for Carnegie Mellon. Now with the serve, and that one will hit the net for Gavros. And the Pioneers get another break as they have a 3-point lead once again.
Can't complain about that. There it is again. Point Park looks to convert and punish CMU for that one.
Contois doing the serve, first serve of the game for her as she gets out one away, and that will go out for the error.
Pioneers have done pretty good so far in limiting those. That was, I believe, the first one of the game from them. So let's hope we can slow that down and limit the service errors that we've had so far this year.
So Contois now checks out of the game for Arndt for Point Park. Doing the serve, that's Tamala. Tamala gets out one away. Arndt receives it. Set up by McElhaney to Wilson, and that one is just not going to be handled cleanly as that goes out for the attack and error.
I think the ball was just a little too far out of Wilson's reach there, but Pioneers still have the lead.
1-point lead by Point Park as Tamala gets it away. Arndt receives it. Golakowski will get the set to Wilson. It will be dug out there by Gavros. Set up there for the dump off. Laying out nicely there is Arndt, but no one will be home to play off that dig. And we got a tie game now in set number 1.
It was a good placement on the shot by the Tartans. Just couldn't quite get there. Arndt made a good play on it, though.
Tamala now gets it away, and that one will go out of bounds. And the Pioneers take the lead.
Pioneers are going to have to convert on plays like that. You know, if the Tartans are beating themselves with plays like that, Pioneers going to have to convert and punish them for it.
Marcha now checks into the game as well as Chen. For the Tartans, Marchand will also be doing the serve here off the substitution. She gets out one away. It will be received by Raychard. Set up back to her for the attack. Marchand will get the dig. Golakowski gets the backhand over. Set up there off the deflection. Golakowski lays out nicely for the dig. They dump it over off the overpass. Set up by Lai for the attack. Met at the net. They just get it away. Marchand gets the dig now to Golakowski for the set. To Perez. Met at the net. Golakowski gets the dump over. Set up for Lai for the attack. And that will go down for the kill. And a hard-earned point there by the Tartans.
Yes, the Tartans get the point there, but you got to take that big positive out from Pioneers there. They put their everything for every single ball. They looked good that possession.
Lai now gets it away, and once again, the Tartans commit another service error. And we have a 1-point lead now for the Pioneers. As Perez now gets it away. Chen will receive it to Lai for the set to Raychard for the attack. It will be dug out, set up by Golakowski to McElhaney. Lai's able to get the dig. They try to keep it alive to Gavros. It will be dumped over. Perez will get the dig to Golakowski for the set to McElhaney for the attack. And that one will just go out for the error.
Inches, maybe less away from another Pioneers point there. Unfortunate, but as I was stating earlier, I love Point Park's energy. I love their hustle. And they're playing their absolute hardest in this matchup.
A crucial set number 1 to see where this game will go, as that one will go out of play for Carnegie Mellon off the service error, and Point Park has a 1-point lead once more.
Pioneers are getting a little help from the Tartans here with their service errors, so Pioneers just got to stay on the gas here.
Wallace now gets it away off the serve. It will be set up by Lai for the attack off the deflection. Marchand will get the dig. Set up to Wallace. Dumped over by Stormer. Dug out by Lai. Set up for Chen off the attack. It will be deflected there, and it will go down for a kill.
Good deflection. The ball just traveled in possibly the worst spot possible there. Very, very, very unfortunate for the Pioneers' behalf.
Credit Schlemmer there with the kill. The sophomore from Centerville, Ohio. As Chen now gets the serve away. Zahner will get the reception. Wallace tries to keep it alive cleanly. They do get it over. Lai will get the set off the attack, and she will be met at the net. by Amanda Contois and Haley Stormer.
Contoy and Stormer said, no, not here. What a play.
Pioneers already doubled their average blocks on the season with 2 today. As McElhaney gets it over, it will be received. Lai gets the set off the attack. It will be deflected. McElhaney gets it to Stormer. Zahner calls for the overpass. Chen will get the dig. Set up to Lai. Dumped over as McElhaney gets the dig now to Wallace. To Contois for the attack and the kill. So Contois gets back-to-back points.
You know, maybe there was something going on in practice. Maybe they knew about the block stat because they looked like they've already fixed that. They're starting off great, already doubling their average on the blocks. Point Park is looking great so far to start off this game.
2-point lead for Point Park, 15-13. Off the serve, it will be received. Set up to Lai, dumped over. Wilson will get the dig. Set up to Wallace, dumped over by Stormer. Chen's unable to get it cleanly. They do keep it alive. They get the overpass. McElhaney gets the dig. Set up to Wallace. The Contois for the attack and the kill. That is 3 consecutive points by Amanda Contois, or should I say Killtois, with those 2 kills.
I mean, this may be, you know, the show of Point Park Pioneers, but this may be her episode. She is starting off incredible, 3 straight.
Now McElhaney gets the serve. The serve will go over the net, and seeing that one out is Wilson with a thunderous kill, and that is 4 consecutive points for the Pioneers with a 4-point lead, up 17-13 here in set number 1.
There's no stat for momentum, but it looks like the Pioneers have it here. Off the charts, they look strong so far.
McElhaney with the serve. It will be received. Lai gets the set off the attack. It will be deflected. Contois keeps it alive. McElhaney calls for it as they dump it over. Chen will get the dig. Set up for Lai off the attack. That will be deflected. Wallace now gets the dig. Set up to Zahner, to McElhaney. That will be dug out deep in the back of the zone. They dump it over now. Zahner lays out for the dig. Set up to Wallace, to Contoy. She's met at the net, trying to keep it alive. Is Zahner, and just unable to get there. And that is a well-earned point for the Tartans and a kill.
Look at that Point Park hustle, though. They're giving every little bit that they have in them. Every bit of them is going into every single play.
Trying to take set number 1 as McElhaney will get the reception. Set up to Wallace. She will be met at the net. Zahner lays out for the dig, but there was some miscommunication there between McElhaney and Wallace on who was going to set up that dig, and the Tartans get 2 points back off that 4-point swing.
It's unfortunate, you know. Have some momentum going, you make a little miscommunication error, but you can fix those quite easily.
Schlemmer now gets it away. It will be received. Wallace trying to get it set up. Met at the net as we're going to get a error here called against the Pioneers. As Coach Bielik has saw enough, we'll call a timeout as Point Park is hanging on to a 1-point lead. Matt, what did you see there?
The hustle, the energy. Point Park's got it. I saw a couple plays where Carnegie had to, you know, got a point off of some miscommunication on the Pioneers' behalf. But one thing that I also am seeing is that Carnegie, most of their points they've had to earn today because the Pioneers just always get the dig, get a good shot going. And Carnegie's going to have to put their absolute everything to slow down the Pioneers here because they are making the right plays at the right times. Just if you fix some of those miscommunication errors there, then this honestly, this round could already be over here. But Point Park does still have a lead, and they do have a fantastic chance at winning this round here.
Again, 30-second timeout taken by Coach Bielik as the Pioneers are trying to close out strong here in set number 1 against this tough Tartans team. Let's see if they are able to pull through as Schlemmer will continue doing the serving. Schlemmer now gets it away. McElhaney will receive it. Wallace calls for the set to Contois, and that one will go down and have herself a set number 1. Amanda Contois, that's her 3rd kill of the set to go along with a block.
She is on fire to start off this game.
Now Stormer doing the serve. That one will be a poor reception there. However, they do get it over. Stormer gets the dig. Set up to Wallace. The Contoys showing some finesse there. They just get it over. Chen will set it up for the attack. That will be deflected. Pioneers keep it alive. Set up to Wallace. The Contoys. And that goes down for another kill by Amanda Kiltoys.
Oh my. This is like LeBron in the finals that I'm witnessing right now. She is incredible to start off this game.
Someone call the fire department to cool off Contoys as they get the serve away. Lai will get the set to Schlemmer. Stormer's unable to play it cleanly as that ricochets all the way to the top of the ceiling off the basketball hoop. And that will go down as we get some substitutions now.
It's unfortunate. Hits the basketball hoop. Not the right sport for that situation, but it's just hard. Sometimes it's really hard to read off of it when it hits the hoop. So
now with the serve, Zahner will receive it, set up to Wallace, the Contoys, and that will go down for another kill off the deflection. Amanda Contoys is absolutely torching right now.
Someone check the stat sheet. I mean, you might not even believe what you're witnessing, and we're getting to see it in person.
Contoys now doing the serve, trying to make up for that service error last time. They will get the reception dumped over there, and a great job by Lai to catch the Pioneers off guard and steal a point.
Very, very, very smart play by Mindy Lai there. She just read the defense there and knew exactly where to put it. That's a good play for the Tartans.
Some substitutions now. Pioneers up by 2, 20-18 here, and a back and forth set number 1. As Tamala will be doing the serve, she gets it away. Zahner receives it. Golikowski gets the set to Wilson, as that one will just be too strong. Actually, that was Perez there with the attack and error. And the Tartans, once again, trail by 1. As they get the serve away, Arndt will receive it. Golikowski gets the backhand. They will get the dig off the attack, and that one will just be played poorly there as the Pioneers catch a break and get the point right back.
That was not much needed, but that definitely really puts a big help for the Pioneer side there.
21-19, Point Park. Marchin checks into the game for Wilson. She gets the serve away. It will be received by Ray Chard. Set up to Lai, dumped over, laying out for the dig is Arndt. That crosses the net. They dump it over. Arndt gets the dig. Golikowski gets the backhand. It will be dug out. Set up for the attack by Ray Chart. That dig will go over the net. Chen will get the dig now. Setting up for the attack, and that will go down for the kill.
It was a very good kill there. A lot of power, perfect placement there. But I got to give a lot of credit to Mia Arndt there. Those digs, she was going right for it. Perfect placement there by her. So there are positives coming out of every single possession from this Pioneer side.
A 1-point lead for Point Park. They're trying to hang on to it. That one grazes the net off the serve. Little miscommunication there. Zahner calls for the overpass. Lai gets the setup for the attack, and looks like we're going to get an error here called against the Tartans. So credit the Pioneers with a crucial point there as they go up by 2.
They're just right there. Very, very close to finishing this one out. Been very, very hard fought.
22-20 Point Park here in set number 1 as Perez gets the serve away. It will be received by Ray Chard, set up by Lai, laying out for the dig, and that will just be played poorly as it goes out of bounds off the deflection as Perez had no choice to play it. And the Tartans cutting that deficit back down to 1.
It's been a great, great, great game, and we're only starting.
Ray Chard now gets the serve away. Arndt will receive it. Set up by Golikowski. McElhaney tries to get the tip over and just unable to get a feel for how much power she needed with that one. And we are deadlocked now at 22.
Maybe she just overthought it. Missed time to jump a little bit. Who knows? But, you know, she's a great player. I'm sure she knows what she did, and she'll be fine.
Looks like we get some call in there by the refs to stop using that blowhorn, someone in the crowd, as the serve will be played. Golikowski gets the set there off the deflection, and the Pioneers get the kill. A much-needed kill there as they go up by 1 again after that 2-point swing for the Tartans.
It's very, very unfortunate. This, you know, you don't want to, it always hurts to lose a close one, so.
And it looks like the Tartans will call a timeout here. 23 to 22 Point Park. And looks like we'll be back here after the break to see if the Pioneers can pull through with this one. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are back here, folks, after the timeout by Coach Bach. Pioneers trying to grind out set number 1. As Wallace will begin with the serve. Pioneers need 2 more here as they have a 1-point lead, 23 to 22.
So far been hard fought all throughout.
Wallace now gets the serve away. Chen will receive it. Set up to Lai for the attack. Met at the net is McElhaney. However, she is unable to get it cleanly as it goes out, and we are tied again, 23 apiece.
Good play from both sides. Ball just landed on the Pioneer side. Very, very unfortunate. Unlucky there.
Chen now with the serve. That one will go over. However, there's some miscommunication there by Marchand and Zahner, and that will be set point for the Tartans as they are trying to steal this one. As Coach Bielik now will call a timeout, trying to reassess what is happening. We'll be back here after the break.
Damn.
We are back here, folks, after the 30-second timeout by Coach Bielik in set number 1. We are at set point for the Tartans. As they look to steal this set number 1 off the Pioneers, who are hanging on to that 1-point lead throughout. As Chen now gets it away. It's a low reception. Wallace sets it up. Met at the net. Will be set up by Lai for the attack off the deflection. Marchand gets the dig. Wallace is calling for the set. That will be dumped over off the deflection. And we are tied again at 24 apiece.
Great play. Don't ever back down. That's one thing about the Pioneers. They know the score. They know the situation that they are in, and they knew exactly what to do. Very, 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 very positive play there by them.
And set 1 feeling like set number 5 as McElhaney gets it away. It will be received by Ray Chart, setting up for the attack, for the dig, backhanded, and that one is just a little bit too strong by Stormer, and it will be set point again for the Tartans.
That was a very, very smart play by Haley Stormer, just a little bit too much on it, but overall it was a great play.
As Schlemmer now gets it away, McElhaney will receive it. Set up by Wallace to Contois. It will be dug out by Ray Chard. Set up by Lai. That will be dumped over. Zahner gets the dig to Wallace for this set. Off the attack. Dug out by Chen. Dumped over by Lai. Wallace will get the overpass. Chen will get the dig to Lai for the attack. Zahner gets the dig to Wallace for the set. Off the attack. Trying to keep that one alive as they just dump it over as Ray Chart. McElhaney gets the dig to Wallace to Contois. That will be dug out again. Set up, they dump it over for the attack. The dig goes all the way and unable to play this Point Park, and the Tartans are able to take set number 1 in a back and forth bout.
That's about as hard fought as it gets, man. The good thing, there is a very, very big positive out of that. The Tartans had to earn that round win there, so overall there's positives coming from both teams so far. I think both teams have made a little bit too many errors. Point Park started off pretty strong, avoiding making errors, and then there were some situations where they just miscommunicated a little bit.
Point Park falls to Carnegie Mellon in set number 1, 26 to 24. However, it was an electrifying back and forth bout between these two clubs. Don't go anywhere, folks, as we will begin set number 2 after the break. We are back here, folks, to begin set number 2 as the Pioneers unfortunately drop set number 1 in a nail-biter, as the Tartans were able to steal that one after the Pioneers were leading mostly throughout in a back-and-forth one. However, something to note for the Pioneers, set number 1, Amanda Contois, with that exception of the service error, played incredible with 5 kills and a dig. And a block as well. So, Matt, what else are you looking for the Pioneers here to even this setup a piece at 1?
I saw a little bit too many points scored for the Tartans where the Pioneers just miscommunicated. Like, they just let the ball land in front of them. They didn't know who was going to go get it, what was going to happen. So I think that they have to, open up a little bit more and make sure that they talk. I'm sure the coach handled that. She's a great coach. I'm sure she adjusts that with her team.
Pioneers will receive the serve here in set number 2 as Marchand gets it away. It will be received by Raychard. Set up for Lai. Back to Raychard. And the Tartans get on the board quickly here to begin set number 2, up 1-0.
It was a very, very good play coming for the Tartans there.
Raychard now will be doing the serve. As she gets it away, Zahner will receive it to Golakowski, to McElhaney, off the deflection, and it will go down for a point as we are tied up at 1.
We called the name a lot last week. I'm sure she's going to make plays like that all night. That's what she's all about.
Perez now gets it away. It will be received by Shashea. Off the attack is Shashea, and she's met at the net by Stormer for the block.
Haley Stormer says, take that elsewhere. She knew exactly what to do there. Great play by Haley Stormer.
Pioneers have their first lead here in set number 2 as Perez gets that one away, and that will hit the net for the service error, so the Tartans is able to catch a break there as we are evened back up at 2.
That's something that we talked about before the game started, about what we wanted the Pioneers to fix. We got to hope they limit those.
Chen now gets it away, and right back on cue with the service errors. Both teams trade one as the Pioneers take that 1-point lead again as we get some substitutions now.
I didn't mean to speak that into existence there, but, the Pioneers, I guess the Tartans did make a little bit too many of those from their behalf there, so Pioneers do catch a break. They do look to convert on that.
Wallace now gets the serve away after she comes in off the substitution. Lai gets the set. Zahner's able to get the dig. Set up to Marchand. McElhaney gets the overpass as Lai sets up for the attack there. Trying to lay out for the dig is Marchand and Wallace, and unable to do so as Schlemmer gets the kill.
Good kill there by Schlemmer. She made a fantastic play, put great power, great placement, but Pioneers got on the ground there. Just very, very unlucky, couldn't get it up.
Schlemmer now doing the serve. Marchand's able to get the reception to Wallace. Contois dumps it over, laying out nicely there for the dig as Raychard, as Zahner gets the nice dig. Set up to Wallace, to Contois, who tries to poke it over, trying to look for that deflection, but unable to play it cleanly there as the Tartans take the lead.
Inches away from a point, unlucky. You got to go into the next one.
Schlemmer now gets that one away. Zahner will receive it, set up to Wallace for the attack, and a thunderous kill there by Stormer off the ricochet as it goes out of bounds. The Pioneers quickly tie things up.
A lot of power on that. And that's hard to block. There's not much you really can do about it.
McElhaney now doing the serve. Raychard will receive it. Chen gets the set to Shashea. McElhaney now with the dig. Set up by Wallace to Contois. That will be deflected. So Lai now gets the set to Schlemmer, and that will be deflected off the net from Stormer and fall down for the kill.
Nobody home there. Very good placement on that kill.
Elizabeth Schlemmer here having a strong set number 2. The Pioneers are trying to keep this Tartans team in check as they get it away. It will be received by McElhaney, set up by Wallace, met at the net. Trying to keep it alive is Wilson and Zahner. Zahner's unable to play it cleanly there. So the Tartans get 2 consecutive points, largest lead in set number 2 so far. Now with the serve, and that one will be too strong and go to play for the service error off of Gavros. And the Pioneers trying to catch these breaks and even things back up. As with the serve, Chen receives it, set up by Lai for the attack. Wallace will get the dig, set up by Stormer as McElhaney will get it over. Schlemmer is able to get the dig, set up by Lai. They are forced to get the overpass. McElhaney now with the dig, set up by Wallace. Contois who dumps it over, laying out nicely. There is Lai as Schlemmer dumps that one away. Wallace will get the dig, set up by Wilson. That will be dumped over to the back. Lai once again with the set to Ray Chard, who's met at the net by Contois for another block.
We're going to be calling out her name a lot because she is on fire this game. Starting off the second set the same way she did the first. She's not slowing down.
Contois, who didn't play as much last week versus Salem, playing a lot here versus CMU. As they get the serve away, Chen's unable to play it cleanly as Schlemmer is forced to get the overpass. Wallace now with the set for the attack, off the deflection, and it will go down for a kill, and we are tied back up at 6.
Just like the first set, hard fought, close game. Pioneers just have to find that little bit of spark that they can use to pull away from the Tartans here.
It looks like the assistant coach, that's Cohen, is going to talk with the team. Not sure what it's about as we have a stoppage of play here. Trying to figure out what's going on. That's Ray Chard. Looks like everyone's fine and is okay. Trying to get what's going on with the alignments. As Point Park looking to take the lead. Stormer gets the serve away, and that one just goes back off the net for the service error. As we get some substitutions now for both clubs.
Unfortunate there. Those service errors have to be limited. Not what you wanted to see.
That's Tamala with the serve. That one will just stay in. Actually, looks like they're going to rule. One was set out, the other one set in. They will go with the recent line judge. It will say that's in for the service ace for the Tartans.
Just barely stayed in. I'm sure that's why Point Park didn't really make too much of a play on it. They thought it was out too. From my angle, it looked out as well, but
Contois now with the serve. They're actually going to credit the Pioneers with a point there as they misplay the set by Lai. And we are tied back up. Actually, Pioneers have a 2-point lead there. Correction.
I was right. It was out. Pioneers get credited for both points.
As off the reception there from Contois, and that will go down for a service ace.
Huge.
So, Amanda Contois having a strong showing here tonight in a pivotal non-RSC conference matchup as Contois gets it away. Chen will receive it, set up by Lai to Ray Chard for the attack and the kill.
This set kind of reminds me of the first one as well, just a slight lead by the Pioneers.
Now with the serve, McElhaney will receive it, set up to Golakowski, to Wilson, dug out by Chen, set up to Lai, to Schlemmer, and that one will go down for another kill, and the Tartans get within 1.
Another one of those situations where you just look at it and you're just like, it's right there. Unfortunately for the Pioneers, it stayed in, hit the corner.
Lai now doing the serve, and the Pioneers get another break there with the service error as they go up by 2.
I'm sure the Tartans are going to look to address those. They've made a little bit too many for their behalf.
Marchin doing the serve now, gets it away. Ray Chard receives it to Lai, trying to get it over. They're going to call a carry there against the Tartans, and the Pioneers get another point off the 2 errors. 3-point lead now for Point Park.
Some of those errors are what the Pioneers, sometimes you need stuff like that to happen if you're on the other side of it for sure. Pioneers are going to look to convert and pull away here.
Pioneers were so close last set as Marchin gets the serve away. Set up by Leib to Raychard, and Raychard gets another kill there. Pioneers having trouble handling those attacks.
Yeah, Raychard's having an incredible second set so far. It seems like it's just been her game this whole set, at least from the Tartan side. She's just been all over it all set.
Tartans get within 2 now. Raychard will also be doing the serve. She gets it away. Marchand will receive it to Golikowski, trying to get the backhand. It still is on the Pioneer side as McElhaney gets the attack, and that goes down for the kill.
She is just so talented. You know, it's like she just knows exactly where to put the ball in many situations. She's killing it. Eden McElhaney does it again.
So Perez now gets the serve away. Will be received, set up to Lai, to Schlemmer off the attack, and unable to play it as Perez, and that will go down for another kill. So the Tartans once again cut it to 2 every time the Pioneers try to get that 3-point lead. So we get some substitutions now. Looks like checking into the game for the Tartans is Elizabeth Phillips, the freshman from Fishers, Indiana. As Chen now gets it away, Zahner will receive it. Golikowski with the backhand over. Set up by Lai to Schlemmer off the attack, and it will go down for the kill.
It seems like the Tartans just came with a lot of power in this set. They're smacking the ball.
Pioneers having trouble getting those digs as that serve will go out of play for the service error, and the Pioneers capitalizing on these breaks with a 2-point lead once more.
Point Park's got stuff going in their favor with those errors coming from the Tartans' behalf. They just have to find a way to get those digs on a lot of the strong shots coming in from the Tartan side.
Wallace now gets the serve away for Point Park. That goes over the net. And it looks like McElhaney there is going to be called for a reach over the net. She got a little bit too excited there, seeing the open opportunity for the easy kill. Unfortunate break there for Point Park. However, they still are up 1 as the serve will just stay in play as the Tartans even things back up 14 apiece.
We're having a nail biter so far in this matchup. Two teams fighting, putting everything on it.
Schlemmer now gets it away. Martin will receive it. Set up to Wallace. Met at the net. Wallace gets the dig. Zahner on her knees, calling for the set. Off the deflection. Schlemmer trying to get the overpass. They do. Martin gets the dig now. Set up by Wallace to Contois, and that will go down for the kill.
Yo, you said her name again. There she is, Contois. She's having herself a night so far here.
McElhaney now with the serve. It will be received by Raychard, set up by Lai to Tamala. Wallace now with the set to Wilson. Chen will get the dig, set up by Lai to Schlemmer. Met at the net by Haley Stormer for the block.
I feel like she's one of those players that just like, when the ball is just hitting her direction, she has an opportunity to block. She just almost always gets it there. Sometimes it ends up in a result like that. Haley Stormer, fantastic play by her.
Point Park hanging on to a 2-point lead, 16-14 in set number 2 as they're trailing overall 1-0. As they get the serve away, Raychard will receive it. Set up by Lai, off the attack. That will be met at the net. Schlemmer's able to get the dig. Set up to Tamala. Zahner will now get the dig. Wallace calls for the set to Wilson. That will be dug out by Chen. Set up by Lai. Dumped over by Schlemmer. Wallace tries to play it in the back corner as all the Tartans were up front. However, that was just a little bit too strong. But a great idea nonetheless for the Pioneers.
Yeah, I agree. Great idea there. She made the right play there. Just happens to put a little bit too much on it. Point goes to the Tartans.
Gavros now with the serve. Zahner will receive it. Wallace will get the set off the attack. It will be set up by Lai now to Raychard, and unable to play that attack is Wallace, and Raychard is having herself a set number 2.
Yeah, she is going absolutely insane so far. She has been killing it for the Tartans' behalf.
Now off the serve, and a service error charge against the Tartans. And the Pioneers just capitalizing on these breaks. As Stormer now with the serve, the reception goes over the net, and the kill off the attack is Brooke Wilson.
That was a mix of a couple of things, IQ and power. She knew exactly what to do when she saw that ball. Great play there.
Stormer now gets the serve away and unable to capitalize on that momentum as it hits the net. So the Tartans get that service error right back. Pioneers still clinging on to that 1-point lead. 18-17 here in set number 2. As Tamala gets it away, Zahner will receive it. Wallace will get the set to Contois for the attack, and the kill again by Amanda Contois.
Who? Oh, Contois again. There you go, look at her. She has been dominating. She looks on fire right now. No signs of slowing down either.
Contois having a strong showing here tonight, as she will be doing the serve. She gets that one away. It will be a strong one, however, and it will go out for the service error. So both teams playing a little bit sloppy here as of late in set number 2. Pioneers just trying to hang on to this one with a 19-18 point lead as Lai gets it away. That just crosses the net. Set up to Golikowski for Perez. Trying to lay out off the deflection from the dig is Schlemmer, and that will go down for a point.
Very, very smart play there. You see, even the good thing is that even when the Pioneers make an error, they come back and they either get that error right back or they make a great play to get a point.
Marchand now with the serve. That will be received. Set up to Lai to Ray Chard. That will be dug out by Arndt. Set up to Golikowski to McElhaney off the deflection. Ray Chard keeps it alive. Set up to Lai to Schlemmer. She will be met at the net by Perez for the block. Actually, correction. They're going to call that off a deflection. It looks like the block did not stay in bounds as it just went out of the line. So the Tartans are able to capitalize here. What turned to be a block for the Pioneers as they get the serve away. Golikowski will get the set there, and she will be met at the net by the Tartans. And it looks like we're going to be deadlocked here at 20.
Here we go again. Another nail biter in the 20 range. Could go anywhere.
Ray Chard now doing the serve. That's a light one. Arndt's able to receive it to McElhaney, trying to show some finesse there to dump it over. It is snuffed out off the attack. Arndt's able to get the dig. We're going to get a stoppage here. And it looks like there will be charged with an error against the Pioneers. And the Tartans have their first lead since the start of set number 2, trying to steal this one as well. As Ray Chard now gets the serve away, Golikowski gets the set, dumped over as it grazes the net and just by a fraction of an inch stays in.
That was a very, very great play by Mariah Perez there. She knew exactly what to do there. Very, very great play, very impressive.
Tied at 21 now. Chen will receive it, set up to Lai, off the attack, met at the net. It will be dug out. They dump it over. Stormer meets them at the net again, and Golikowski meets them at the net as well for the point in the kill.
Talked about it before the game started. Those blocks need to get improved. Golikowski and Haley Stormer both have been on that all night.
Pioneers take the lead again. Off the reception, set up for the attack. Marchand trying to lay out for that one, and that will just stay in as the Pioneers catch the break, as Marchand, trying to keep a play alive, turns into an extra point for the Pioneers. And we're going to get a timeout here called by the Tartans as the Pioneers up 23-21, trying to take set number 2. We'll be back, folks, after the break. Dig, set up to Gulakowski. McElhaney trying to play it, trying to keep it alive. And it looks like it will just go out against the Pioneers.
Point Park made the Tartans work for that point there.
23-22, Point Park, as the Tartans will begin with the serve. Chen gets it away, and that is a critical point there off the service error for the Pioneers, as they are currently at set point in set number 2, trailing this one overall 1-0, trying to even things back up.
They are right there. Just need to finish this one out.
And it looks like we're going to get another timeout here for the Tartans. Pioneers up 2 points as they're trying to finish set number 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back after the break. Back after the break, Pioneers hanging on to a 2-point lead at set point in set number 2, trying to even things up as Wallace will be doing the serve. She gets it away. It will be received by Ray Chart. Set up by Lai. Off the attack is Schlemmer, and that will go down for the kill as the Tartans are trailing by 1 now.
If that ball was hit just a little bit harder, we would have seen set over. Tartans continue to fight.
Schlemmer now doing the serve. She gets it away. Zahner will receive it to Wallace. Off the attack and the kill! And the Pioneers even things up at 1 apiece, taking this one 25-23.
Both teams are putting it all out there. They're fighting for this. We've had 2 nail-biter sets so far.
I don't want to throw this word around so much, but this game so far has been unbelievable, to say the least.
I absolutely agree. I mean, just with your own eyes right here, it looks fantastic.
All right, folks, we've tied up 1 apiece. Don't go anywhere. See if the Pioneers can take this game. We'll be back after the break to begin set number 3. We are back, folks, to begin set number 3 as we are tied 1 apiece in what has turned out to be an electrifying matchup here between these 2 clubs. Point Park was able to just hang on 25-23 there. Set number 2 looking to take set number 3 here as we are about to begin.
It's like having a fresh 0-0 score here. This set right here, but it does put you at match point, so this is a huge set coming from both sides. If you go up 2-1, the game is in your control from there. This means a lot.
Tartans will begin the serve in set number 3 as Mindy Lai. So looks like we're going to have a stoppage here as the ref is talking to the assistant coach Bach, or Cohen that is. Ref gives the okay as Lai begins the serve here in set number 3, and that will go out for the service error. And it looks like that has started to become the Achilles heel here for the Tartans.
I absolutely agree with what you just said. The Tartans could be in favor of this matchup if they limited those, but the Pioneers catch a bunch of breaks so far in this match.
Marcha now gets the serve away. That will be received by Ray Chard. Set up off the attack, and then at the net! by Eden McElhaney, the believer from Beaver.
Look at her. She has the energy out there. She's getting hyped. She's locked in. The whole Pioneers team is here.
Eden McElhaney as Marchand gets the serve away. Set up by Lai off the attack and just unable to play it cleanly is Gulakowski and Perez as the Tartans get the first point in set number 3.
Another well-earned point there coming from the Tartans.
Laura Raychard doing the serve. Marchand will receive it. Set up to Gulakowski to Perez off the deflection. Laying out is Raychard. That just crosses the net. Zahner calls for it to Gulakowski who gets the overpass. Chen will get the dig. Set up to Lai off the attack. Dug out there by Art. Set up to Zahner over to McElhaney. That crosses the net. Set up by Chen who gets the overpass now to Perez to Gulakowski to McElhaney. Dug out there by Lai. Dumped over. Art now with the dig to Gulakowski. And it looks like they're going to let it go as they're trying to get a roll in here. It looks like there was some confusion here with the two head judges.
We are waiting for a call here. Not too sure what it was yet, but we will soon to find out.
It looks like the Pioneers are trying to say that it hit the divider and went over the net, meaning that is initially a dead ball. Looks like that might be the rule in here. So the Pioneers let that one go as McElhaney saw it initially. She's going to give a talk to the head judge. And it looks like it will be a replay, so no harm, no foul for either club. As that is the smart thing to do, as the refs were not aware of it. And they do not want to go off of word, as neither judge did not get the correct rule, and so they will do a reserve here. Something you don't see every day, and off of that reserve, it will hit the net for the service error. And that is a little bit of a ball don't lie moment there for the Pioneers, as they wanted that point and they get that point.
I love it. You know, a little bit of stoppage, a little bit of chat in there, but Point Park still ends up getting a point.
As Perez will get the serve away. Lai will get the set off the attack by Raychard, and that will go down for the kill.
That ball was hit pretty hard there. Great earned point there by the Tartans.
Three to 2 Point Park as Chen gets it away. Arndt will receive it to Gulakowski for the set. Dumped over there. McElhaney trying to get it, trying to keep it alive. A little bit of action there at the net. McElhaney instead opts for the overpass. They get it off the attack, trying to keep it alive. Is Stormer set up to Gulakowski to McElhaney. That will be dug out. Set up by Lai again. Met by Schlemmer. And it looks like it will be a deflection there, and it will go out of play for the kill for Schlemmer.
These have been very, very high energy this whole set so far.
Every single point feeling like it's hard earned as Art almost misplays the reception as they try to keep it alive. Stormer just dumps it over. Set up by Lai off the attack and met at the net by top G, Ashlyn Gulakowski.
She said, let me show you something. She was there. She made a fantastic play for that kill there.
This game has been nothing short but electrifying. As it looks like they're making sure the floors are safe and not slippery. As Wallace, who checks into the game, it gets the serve away. Set up by Lai to Raychard. Marchand unable to get the clean dig as Raychard putting herself together nicely so far throughout this game.
That ball was smacked. It's a tough play to make from the Pioneer side there.
So now off the serve, Zahner will get the reception to Wallace for the attack by Stormer, but it will be dug out. They get the overpass. Marchand to Wallace to McElhaney, and that will go down for the kill. 2 for $1 action there as the Pioneers couldn't get that first one down. However, they get that second one.
McElhaney said, if I couldn't get one, I would definitely get the next one. She's here to play. She's always here to play.
5-4 at Point Park as they get the serve away. Raychard will receive it to Lai. And unable to get it cleanly as McElhaney. So they get the kill there. As they get some substitutions now. Looks like Tamala, correction, that's Gavros, Zoe Gavros, who checks into the game. As we are tied up at 5. Zahner will receive it to Wallace, to Contoy. She's met at the net one of the few times in this game, and a much-needed point there for the Tartans.
You know, I haven't seen too many blocks leading to scores from them, so that was a very, very, very good play for the Tartans.
Gavros now gets it away, laying out for the reception is McElhaney to Wallace, to Perez off the deflection, trying to keep it alive. Lai off the attack. That will be deflected at the net. Set up to Wallace, to Wilson, and it looks like it will be kept alive somehow, done by the Tartans as they try to dump it over, and Wallace laying full force to make a dig, unable to get it. And the Tartans with 2 hard-earned consecutive points there with a 2-point lead now.
Yeah, this has been a little bit different. Not energy-wise, it's been a high energy all game, but more just like hard-earned points instead of just errors leading to momentum.
Gavros now, too strong with the serve as it goes out of play for the error. And the Pioneers cut that deficit.
Tartans might blame me for that one. I might have jinxed that one after talking about how they've been limiting them well so far. Right on cue, they make one.
Stormer now gets it away. That will be received to Lai off the set to Raychard for another thunderous kill by Raychard. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's been putting power on it. I mean, I would run away from that ball if I was on there right now. She's smacking it. She's making a lot of big plays for the Tartans. She's been the X factor here so far for them.
Tamala now doing the serve. She gets it away. Zahner will receive it to Wallace, to Contois. She punches it over as it was unable to be handled cleanly. They just dump it over now. Contois trying to keep it alive. She backs it up as they dump it over now. Lai off the set for the attack is Raychard, and another kill there by Laura Raychard as the Tartans now have their largest lead of the set and tied for the largest lead of the game overall with 3.
Anytime the Pioneers feel like they're about to get it, it feels like Raychard comes in.
Tamala now off the serve as they get a break there as it grazes the net, causing McElhaney to misplay it. And the Tartans now have a 4-point lead.
It's a very, very hard read when it just grazes the net and then just loses a lot of, the ball loses some momentum, just drops.
Now with the serve, and too strong with that one is Tamala, and the Pioneers get a much-needed point back, cutting that deficit back down to 3.
Yeah, that's a big break coming in for Pioneers. Now they have, you know, maybe they need to get some momentum coming off of that, but that was very, very big, much needed. Maybe flip the switch on this set here.
Contois doing the serve. She gets it away. Raychard will receive it. Set up to Lai. Back to Raychard. And that one will go out of play for the error as Raychard just misses inside by a few inches.
As you said, yeah, just a few inches, just barely, but huge point there from the Pioneers.
Contois now with the serve. Raychard will receive it to Lai. Dumped over there by Herkenrother as Wilson gets the attack. It will be dug out there by Schlemmer, who tries to dump it away. Contois unable to play that one as she was too far up trying to get it to anybody and unable to do so.
You know, she's having a great game, so, you know, even when you're at your best, you see some lows, but it was just a tough play to make, and she just couldn't quite get it.
Now with the serve, Zahner receives it to Golikowski, to Wilson, who just dumps it over. Set up there by Chen. Off the attack is Schlemmer, trying to keep it alive. Nice job there by the Pioneers as Arndt is able to get it off the attack, however, and the kill by Herkenrother.
You know, that was a tough point. The Pioneers made a fantastic, I believe that was Arndt that made that fantastic play. Ball was deflected and almost went all the way back, but she made a great play on it.
Chen now, or Lai with the serve, should I say, to Golikowski, to Wilson, off the deflection, and that goes down for the kill.
That was a much-needed point to cut this deficit a little bit. I'm pretty sure that 4-point lead was the largest deficit we have seen all game. So Pioneers look to chop into that and hopefully gain some momentum and maybe put some points on the board of their own, maybe try to win the set.
Marchin doing the serve for Point Park, gets it over. It will be received, set up for the attack, and met at the net for a thunderous block and throwdown by Eden McElhaney. Trying to swing this game back in the Pioneers' favor.
And she's making sure everyone in this gym knows who she is. She is here. She is electric tonight.
Marchin now gets the serve away. A little bit off with that one as it goes out of play for the service error. Pioneers have been doing a good job so far in these two sets, cutting those down, seeing if they can do that throughout the game.
It's hard to completely eliminate them, but as you said, great job limiting them so far.
Raychard doing the serve. She gets it away. It will be received. Set up to Golikowski. Dumped over there. And just a little bit too strong with it is McElhaney as she saw the opening, trying to catch the Tartans off balance. Just unable to do so, however.
Yeah, absolutely made a great play. Just barely missed her spot there. Hate to see it sometimes.
Now with the serve, it will be received by Marchin. It goes over the net, met by Golikowski. However, it's kept alive. They get the overpass. Marchin with the dig, set up to Golikowski to Perez, and she will be met at the net there by Catherine Jackson.
That was a great block coming in for the Tartans there.
And it looks like we're going to get a timeout as the Tartans have the largest lead of the game, 15-10. Matt, was there anything you saw within this last set?
I think one thing about the Tartans is their energy has been great all game, but they limited the errors a little bit, and this has been their set so far. Earlier, the last two sets, it just seemed like there was too many errors coming from them. I think once they limited them, you know, but neither of these teams are easy to beat. So if you make mistakes like that, you might be on the losing side. And I think Point Park's energy, I think they're making great plays. It's just two teams that are like neck and neck on the energy, on the kills, the digs, and everything like that. It just comes down. It might just come down to who makes more mistakes in this matchup.
Point Park trying to rally back as they've been playing an exceptional game overall. Coming into this one against this tough Carnegie Mellon team. Again, they fell in a close one last season on the road at Carnegie Mellon, losing that one 3-2. So Raychard now goes back to continue the serve. Pioneers looking for a boost. Raychard gets it away, and that will be the boost they might need to play off of with the service error, cutting that deficit down 1.
Sometimes you got to catch a break like that in order to gain momentum.
Up by 4 are the Tartans as they get the set to Jackson, dug out by Arndt, to Golikowski, to McElhaney, as she's just unable to play the attack cleanly there for the error as it hits the net and goes back. So an unfortunate break there for the Pioneers as the Tartans get that point back.
Seems like that's been happening a little bit too much this set. Point Park catches a break and then gives it right back sometimes.
Chen now gets it away, and right on cue, the Pioneers get the point right back, trailing by 4. As we get some substitutions now, Elise Wallace and Amanda Contois both check into the game for the Pioneers.
I don't know what to do. It's like right when I bring up an error, what happens?
Wallace now gets the serve away to Lai, to Raychard. Actually, that's Jane Dean.
That was a rocket. That ball was at her hand, and I blinked, and it was on the ground. That ball was smacked. Great play there by the Tartans.
And with the way these games are going, a 5-point lead for the Tartans could be enough. As Zahner trying to lay out for the reception. That's kept alive. Dumped over there by Stormer. Lai will get the set. and that will go down for another kill.
I didn't really get to talk about it the first 2 sets, but they have a lot of power on these kills. They are hitting the ball hard. I mean, that, and a lot of times that'll work. Point Park's gonna have to adjust on that.
Schlemmer now doing the serve, and that one will be too strong. The Pioneers are just looking for any opening right now to build off of.
They could definitely use an error like that. They could definitely use an error like that. Gonna look to convert on it.
McElhaney now gets the serve away. It will be received by Ray Chard. Set up to lie to Jackson. Tipped at the net and unable to play it as McElhaney. Looks like there was some miscommunication there.
I mentioned that, I believe, in the second set I mentioned it. It just seems like Point Park allows a couple points so far this game where it's just been miscommunication there. And as I said, I'm sure coach is going to address that.
Jackson now doing the serve. That hits off the back of the head of Dean, and another service error there. Leaving the door open for the Pioneers. They still trail by 5, 19-14, Carnegie Mellon. Set number 3 as we are tied up, 1 apiece. As now Stormer gets the serve away. Line calls for the set to Ray Chard. It will be dug by McElhaney, trying to keep it alive. Stormer gets the overpass, and that will just be too strong. And it will go out for the error.
I believe she made the right play there. She just hit the ball just a little bit too hard there. Very, very unfortunate to see this late in this set have a point go to the Tartans like that.
6-point lead now for the Tartans as Tamala gets it away. Zahner will receive it to Wallace, to Perez, and a thunderous kill there by Mariah Perez, and a much-needed way. As Golikowski will check in for Wallace, as the Pioneers have not been able to get 2 consecutive points as of late. They will need to do so here if they want to get back in this game, trailing 20-15. Contois now with the serve. Ray Chard will receive it to Lai, back to Ray Chard, and that will be off the deflection as it goes out of play.
Good deflection, ball just landed in the wrong spot there. Golikowski, she made a great play on that. It just didn't work out in her favor there. Very, very unlucky.
Ref blows the whistle as Lai doing the serve, just graces the net, trying to keep it alive. The Tartans get another break there as they get the bounce. And Bielik has seen enough as she calls a timeout. Tartans starting to pull away with this one in set number 3, up 22-15. Matt, is there something the Pioneers need to switch up here so they can get back in this game?
As I said, the Tartans are just whacking the ball. I mean, it seems like Point Park just isn't quite able to get there in time as the ball just lands almost immediate. So hopefully Point Park starts to, maybe see where the ball's going a little bit quicker, maybe get lower a little bit faster. Just try to adjust on the speed of the velocity on these kills, I should say. The service errors are honestly looking like they're going in their favor, so there's not much more that they can ask for. Obviously more can happen, but they're catching a lot of breaks when it comes to the service errors and just errors in general. So I think Point Park's just gonna have to adjust. Just coming from the kills from the Tartan side, they just have to adjust on the digs here. I think the digs are definitely the one thing they have to try to get more of.
Both teams come out of the timeout. As Lai doing the serve, gets it away. Arndt will receive it. Set up to Golikowski, to Wilson, who gets the kill. And the Pioneers trail by 6 now.
It comes from 1, and then you got to just get 1 point at a time here. Cut into this lead, and then little do you know, it could be your lead. Point Park looks to fight back.
Marchand gets the serve away. It will be received by Ray Chard. Off the attack, dug out by Marchand to Golikowski with the backhand, and nicely done there, Ashlyn Golikowski. the Pioneers rally off 2 consecutive points.
Gulikowski loves looking for that little backhand, little bit of finesse. I've seen her go to that so many times, and a lot of times it works. Smart play there.
Marchand now will be received by Ray Chart, set up to Lai, trying to dump it over with the attack, and the kill is Herkenruther.
These points hurt more than they did before, as the Tartans are very, very close to a set win here.
23-17, Carnegie Mellon, as Laura Ray Chard, one of the standouts here in set number 3, gets it away. It will be received by Marchand. Perez jumps it over. Chen lays out for it and unable to play it off the dig as anybody, and the Pioneers get the point.
You're gonna need a couple in a row at least here. You know, you're too late in the game with the Tartans being just 2 points away here.
Point Park barely having any wiggle room right as of right now as they get it away. Set up to Lai, to Jackson. It looks like it's going to be an error charged against the Tartans. And the Pioneers get within 4 now.
Just got to keep it up, stay on it.
They get the serve away. Ray Chard will receive it to Lai off the deflection. Perez will get the set to Gulikowski, to McElhaney off the deflection. Chen now to Jackson, and unable to get a clean dig is Marchand, and that will bring up set point in set number 3.
It landed just barely in front of Marchand there. She almost had the perfect play on it. It's very unfortunate.
Chen now gets it away. Marchand will receive it to Gulikowski, to Stormer, who beautifully plays it to the back corner for the kill.
She knew what she was doing. She knew where to put it. Set's still alive here. Pioneers could make something happen.
Point Park is just looking to get to that tie mark at 24 so they can get it to win by 2 as Wallace gets it away. Lai with the set, off the attack with the deflection. Zahner calls it off for the set. Contoy's dumping it over, and that will go out of play. And the Tartans take set number 3 by the score of 25-20.
It has been a back and forth matchup. That was the only true. It wasn't even that one-sided either. That was the most one-sided set though so far. I mean, Point Park's been fighting. The Tartans have been fighting. It's been a nail biter throughout this whole matchup. There's definitely been some standout players as well. Coming in from the Carnegie side has definitely. They have just been, the power they just had on their shots have just been all over the place, and it's just been hard for the Pioneers to make a play on that. They're definitely going to look to adjust on that in this set.
We'll be back, folks, to begin set number 4 as the Pioneers currently trail this one 2-1. Don't go anywhere after the break. We are back here after the break. Point Park currently trailing this one 2-1. Trying to get back in the swing of things to tie this one back up and force a set number 5. And one of the standouts for the Tartans in that last set, set number 3, was Laura Ray Chard, who just was putting on an absolute clinic there against the Pioneers.
Yeah, she was killing it all set.
And for Ray Chard, so far tonight, she has 12 kills, only on 3 errors to go with 9 digs. So an incredible performance there by Ray Chard as the Pioneers will begin set number 4 with the serve. As Marchand now gets it away. Raychard receives it, set up to Lai. Off the attack is Schlemmer, and that will just sneak in the back.
From my angle, boy, was that close. Hard to tell from here if that stayed in, but point goes to the Tartans.
Raychard now gets the serve away. Arndt unable to get a clean reception off of that. And the Tartans coming out strong here. Set number 4 up quickly with a 2-0 lead.
Pioneers got to slow them down as quick as possible. You don't want the Tartans to get momentum this early in the game, as it seems like there's a wet spot on the floor. Zahner notices, points it out.
Raychard now gets the serve away. It will be set up to Golikowski off the attack. Lai dumped over there to Schlemmer, and she dumps that back over for the kill, and the Tartans quickly up 3-0 in set number 4.
This is the start you want if you're the Tartans. The Pioneers, they're going to have to adjust as quick as possible because, as we see, when you get a big lead in a matchup like this.
And off that serve, Golikowski now to Arndt, who gets the overpass to Lai for the attack and the kill.
And as I was saying, in a matchup that's been this hard fought, this much of a nail-biter, this close, pulling a start like a 4-0 lead, that could be very, very dangerous. Pioneers look to hopefully get some momentum going in their half.
Now with the serve, trying to lay out for it. As Golikowski gets it to McElhaney. It will be set up there by Lai. Dumped over off the attack. Dug out by Zahner to Golikowski to McElhaney. She will be met at the net. Golikowski trying to get it over. Dug out there nicely as they dump it over as Raychard. Golikowski calls for the set to Perez. She'll be met at the net, but that one will be blown dead, and Point Park gets on the board.
That's what you needed there. Point Park could not let the Tartans pull away with an even bigger lead than they already had to start off the game. This could be the switch that gets flipped right here. Hopefully the Pioneers can capitalize on it.
Now Perez with the serve. Lai gets the set as Golikowski unable to get a clean play off the net.
A little soft touch on that kill there. That was honestly a very, very smart play coming from the Tartans there as they pull away with a bigger lead.
5-1 now. Chen gets it away. That crosses the net. Golikowski gets it over. They dump it to the back, and that just stays in as Jane Dean gets the kill.
Tartans look hot so far to start the set. Pioneers got to cool them off a little bit for sure, as quick as possible.
It looks like McElhaney's going to talk with both of the judges, trying to figure out what's going on here. As Chen gets a serve away, and that hits the net. The Pioneers get a much-needed point.
As you said, much needed. That could be the break that the Pioneers need here. If they're able to get something going, I've seen this Pioneers team get hot and stay hot. They look to do it here.
Wallace now with the serve. That will be received and set up for the attack by Dean, and it goes down for the kill. And this Carnegie Mellon team is starting to click on all cylinders. Schlemmer now with the serve. Will be played by Marchand, set up by Wallace to McElhaney, off the deflection, trying to keep it alive is Schlemmer, just unable to get there. Pioneers currently trail by 4 now.
As I said, point after point there. That was a very, very hard fought earned point there. Pioneers show some fight, and they're going to continue to show fight.
And McElhaney with the rare service error as it hits the net. Pioneers just cannot afford to make mistakes like that, especially in a pivotal game, set number 4. As McElhaney will receive it to Wallace off the set from Stormer. Jane Dean now with the attack and another kill.
Tarns are just keep finding that back line back there. Feels like that's been 4 kills that have landed over there. And we get a timeout coming from the Pioneers.
Point Park unable to keep up with the Carnegie Mellon Tartans as they trail by 6, 9-3 in set number 4. We'll be back, folks, after the break. We're back after the break as the Pioneers look to get back on track. After a tight contest of the first 2 sets, going back and forth to each club, the Tartans were able to pull away with a 5-point win in set number 3, as they are currently up by 6 in this one, as they get the serve away, and it goes down for the ace.
Tarns yet again just barely able to keep the ball in and get a kill on that. They're finding the spots.
Now with the serve is Jackson, and a much needed point there again for the Pioneers off the service error. 10-4 CMU. Stormer now gets it away. Chen will receive it to Lai off the attack, and unable to get it is Wallace. As we get substitutions now for both clubs.
I believe that was Reichard again who made a fantastic play from the Tartans side.
And the Tartans are just starting to pull away with it as Zahner will get the reception to Wallace, dumped over there by Perez. Tamala to Reichard, trying to keep it alive. That's Wilson to Wallace now, off the deflection. Set up there to Reichard for the attack and the kill.
I believe this is the biggest deficit we've seen all game. But the one thing about the Pioneers is that they will always continue to fight, put their everything on it. So hopefully they manage to get some momentum and try to cut into this deficit as quick as possible.
Now an 8-point lead as Tamala gets it away, and that will go out for the error.
I mentioned it after the last set. You know, Pioneers can't really ask for much when it comes to the Tartans being themselves on these errors, because the Tartans have made more than plenty when it comes to it. The Pioneers just have to manage to take advantage of it.
Looks like McElhaney's talking to her team, trying to get them going as Contois gets the serve, and Contois is just unable to get the dig there off the attack and the kill.
There it is again, the Tartans just whacking the ball. They're finding the spots, they're finding the power. It just seems like they're a little bit too much of a rhythm right now, but as I said, it's not over till it's over. Point Park can definitely make a play on this.
This Carnegie Mellon team competing with the very best top 25 teams they've been playing in the NAIA. So Point Park has been doing a good job throughout the game as they get the kill there.
Very good play, very big play, very much needed play and point coming from the Pioneers there.
So Marchin now gets the serve away for the Pioneers. Set up by Lai, off the attack, and the kill by Kai Herkenruther.
This set's been a little bit different, actually completely different than the last 3 for sure, especially way more different than the first 2. It just seems like it's very, very one-sided. One team is just doing almost everything right so far. Pioneers are gonna have to adjust as quick as possible because this game's slowly coming to an end.
That experience from Division III Carnegie Mellon starting the show here as they start to pull away. As Marchin gets the reception to Golikowski to McElhaney, showing that finesse there for the kill.
One thing about her is even if she's not making the plays, she's always locked in. She always looks ready. And right there, you know what they say, big time players make big time plays. No matter what the score looks, she's here to perform.
So Perez now gets it away. Chen will receive it. Set up by Lai. Off the attack. Perez will get the dig to Golikowski with the backhand. And another kill there.
Huge point. Cutting to this deficit as much as they can. I believe that is the first time all game where the Pioneers have managed to score twice in a row. So they're going to look to keep that up.
Now Perez with the serve. Chen will receive it to Lai off the attack. And that one will be too strong. And the Pioneers get another one.
This is what they needed. 3 in a row here. If they keep this up, we might have ourselves a set.
Perez now gets it away. Chen receives it to Lai. Dumped over there. Stormer's able to keep it to Golikowski now. Off the set to McElhaney. Just unable to get a clean grip on that one. And the lead goes up back to 6. Now with the serve, it will be received. Golikowski trying to get the backhand, but she will be met by Shashea.
Seems like even when the Pioneers get just a little bit of momentum, scores 3 times in a row, it's really hard to keep that up against a team like CMU right now.
And now getting the reception, Zahner with the set to McElhaney, and that will be deflected and go out of play. And the Pioneers get a point. We're going to have some substitutions as Elise Wallace and Amanda Contois checks in for Golikowski and Arn. Wallace now with the serve, gets it away. Will be received by Ray Chard. To Lynn, off the attack, dug out, but it goes over the net. They try to keep it alive as the Tartans, and they get the attack, but however, looks like they're going to say it hit the divider and went over, so credit the Tartans with the point regardless.
It's one of those calls that just sometimes are out of your control when it comes to the Pioneers. Yes, you hit the ball really, really high, but you never know. Some stadiums it might not do that. Some it will. Unfortunate.
17-10 now. As Schlemmer gets it away, the reception goes over the net, and off the attack, it goes down for the kill.
I mentioned it earlier in the set, it just seems like they're just finding their spots. And sometimes it's hard to slow down a team when they're just finding their spots.
Schlemmer now gets it away. It will be received. Set up by Wallace. Dumped over. Set now by Tamala. Or by Lai. And that will go down. And another point there for the Tartans. Up by 9. And a timeout taken by the Pioneers. Carnegie Mellon just showing their muscles in this set as they look to take it 3-1. Point Park trying to stay alive. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back after the quick break. You're back here after that break. Point Park trying to stay alive. Trailing this one 19-10. Set number 4. Marchand will get the reception. Set up by Wallace to McElhaney. That will be dug out by Ray Chard. Set up by Lai to Schlemmer. That will be dug out. However, the dig goes out of play.
As the Tartans hit the 20-point marker there, doubling the Pioneers' points. The Pioneers are going to have to chop at this lead as soon as possible.
Schlemmer now. Off the serve, and that one goes out of play for the service error.
One point at a time here, 1 point at a time.
McElhaney. Getting the serve away. It will be received by Ray Chard. Set up. Off the attack and the kill by Juliana McFarland.
It's just a very, very tough play to make. It's just hard to get on that ball and make the dig there. So Tartans get another point as they up by 10. It's still 21-11.
Now doing the serve is Catherine Jackson. A little bit too strong with that one. So it looks like the Tartans will be able to get through this one through all the service errors they've been making. However, just showcasing that they have more facets to their game. They get the serve away now. Chen receives it to Lai. Off the attack, and that goes down for the kill by McFarland, who gets 2 in a row.
Ball was just hit awkwardly off the net. Rolls weird. It's just so hard to read off of that. I don't blame the Pioneers for it dropping in front of them. It's just a killer point this stage in the set.
Tamala doing the serve, gets it away. Saunders able to lay out for the nice reception. She gets the dig, set up by Lai, dumped over. Wallace now trying to get it away as they get the overpass. Tamala gets the dig, set up by Lai, off the attack. Zonder trying to lay out, just unable to get there. As the lead grows to 11 now.
Gotta respect Zonder laying out for it. Just didn't go where she wanted it to. Another point on the board for the Tartans.
So Tamala gets it away. McElhaney receives it. Set up by Wallace to Wilson. The dig tries to get over the net as Lai gets the attack. That will be dug out by Wallace. Zonder gets the set to McElhaney. That will be dug out by Jackson. Set up by Lai. Dumped over. Wallace with the dig. Set up by Zonder to Contois, who hits the net. And that will bring up set and game point for the Tartans.
Match point, CMU.
You can only pray for a comeback here. Point Park has the energy, they have the chances, they just have to convert.
Can Tamala finish it? McElhaney will receive it. Wallace to Contois, who gets the overpass. Lai off the attack, and that will just stay in.
Point Park's going to keep giving their all. They're not going to slow down. It's never over until it's over. I have a lot of respect, and I see a lot of talent coming from this Pioneer side.
Contois now with the serve. Richard will receive it, set up by Lai, off the attack, and that will do it, folks, as the Carnegie Mellon Tartans take the final set in set number 4, 25-13, winning this one 3-1.
Match started off so back and forth. It just seemed like the Tartans were making a lot of errors, and maybe that's what lost them that one set. It was just so action-packed. Very, very good energy coming from both sides. Just Point Park fell short, especially in this set. They did not keep up pauses, and Carnegie just seemed to stop with the errors, slow them down a lot in that last winning set. So Point Park's going to fall short in this one.
Again, like you mentioned before, Point Park did an excellent job throughout the first 2 sets, keeping in line with the Tartans. However, that experience starting the show for the Tartans later on as they pull away in this one. Final score 3-1 Tartans as they take it. Next up for the Pioneers after falling. Looks like they will continue to be here at home. So we get the schedule here coming up. Actually, they will be on the road Saturday, September 15th, 7 o'clock p.m. at WVU Tech. Final score 3-1 Carnegie Mellon. I'm Mike Hodgetts on commentary with Matt Palangi. That's all we have. So hope you folks have a good one.